Hello and welcome. And I don't seem to have my background here. Very interesting. Well, the show must go on, so let's get started. We're going to be talking about home inventory today on Go for Lunch for April 7th, 2026. Brought to you by GoFor Technology. I'm Roger Harmon, your host, and we are here to make your technology work for you. Well, it's International Snail Papers Day. What the heck is Snail's Paper Day? Well, unbeknownst to me, that is the name for the old newspaper that we used to read. So, kind of looking back at our past with the newspaper that we used to read in the morning, maybe with breakfast or in the evening, but it's being replaced by digital media more and more. So I see we have Kurt, and glad to have you here, Kurt. So why do we need a home inventory? Well, that's because insurance adjusters are not your friend. They will take advantage of you unless you can prove what you have in your home if you have a problem. So you want to be prepared for any disaster. Hopefully it won't happen and you won't need this, but if it does, you'll certainly be glad you have it. So things that could happen would be a burglary, a fire, water leaks. I've experienced that personally. Crashes, anything from a car crashing through your house to, hopefully not, an airplane falling down on your house. So what are the tools you need to do a home inventory? Well, you already have an iPhone or an iPad camera, so you can shoot a video. And then you can use artificial intelligence to take a lot of the work out of this chore. So what you do is you take a video of each room in your home and then you talk about each item. You mention the brand and the model number. However, as you will see in many cases, the AI picks up the model number if you have a clear shot of the item. And you want to mention when it was purchased. Of course, having a receipt, especially for large ticket items, is the best thing to do, but mentioning it on your video would be good too. So then you feed this prompt into your AI. You are an insurance claim specialist helping a homeowner create a complete home inventory. For each room, please, number 1, list every visible item. Number 2, estimate current replacement costs for each. Number 3, organize by room with subtotals. And number 4, give me a grand total replacement value. So then you would save the video. Now there's several ways to do that. You could save it to files and downloads on your iPhone, or you could also just bring the video out from your Photos app when you get to the Mac and you're going to use the Mac to interact with your AI. So then you just load the video into the AI with the prompt. I use Gemini. You can use Claude or ChatGPT or Perplexity. They all should do the same job. So let's see how we do that. So the first thing we're going to do is play the video. So let's go into our Finder. There we are. So here I am. I'm in iCloud Drive in my Downloads folder, and there's my inventory video. So let's watch this cinematic masterpiece. First of all, we got to get back to the beginning and hit play. This is my entertainment center for my home inventory. So I have a Blu-ray disc player, a ironwood turtle, and a stone turtle, a clock, a collection of ironwood carvings featuring eagles and dolphins, and a wine bottle holder, 2 DeGracia plaques, an ion amplifier, 2 stereo speakers, a wireless microphone by Audio-Technica, a Sony Bravia 55-inch television, 2 Apple HomePod speakers, a turntable, and a Yamaha audio-visual receiver in a fine wooden cabinet. Okay, so that's the video. So then we would go into our AI. So in this case, I'm using Gemini, which I simply access through Safari. So if we go into Safari, so here so back here is where you would enter the information. So what I did to get this in here was I hit the plus sign and I said upload file. So here's the video file right here. And then I typed in the prompt that I showed you before. And this is what I got. So the Gemini said, as an insurance claims specialist, I reviewed your living room video to catalog the visible assets. Below is an itemized inventory with estimated replacement costs as of April 26th. So here's the list. So it has the Sony TV, gave it a value. It picked up the model number of the Yamaha as well as the model number of the turntable just from seeing it on the video. I didn't note each Apple HomePod speaker separately, so it only picked up one. And then it got the ion amplifier, and it expanded on the name of that by itself. The Panasonic, which of course had a good close-up of the model number. And I didn't even mention the Apple TV 4K, and it picked it up all by itself. So it didn't pick up my tall stereo speakers, but I didn't really take a good picture of those, and so I would have talked about each one of those separately, I think, to pick those up. So here is the subtotal. Now, you can also, since this is Gemini, it works with Google Sheets. So you can just click here, and it will copy the table and it copied this information here down below. So there's one icon here for each of these sections. So in order to copy each section, you have to individually go here. So if I go to Google Sheets, you can see here it created a spreadsheet with the description and the replacement cost. So you got your spreadsheet already there. So that is pretty good. So you have the time-stamped proof, so that makes it harder for adjusters to dispute a claim. It's better than a written list. The video shows the condition and the brand of the room, so it shows the room is in good condition, and it showed the custom cabinetry. And so it's not overwhelming because you don't need a spreadsheet to start doing this. You just need a camera and record a video. So you don't just film, of course, you document as you go. You want to stand in the center of the room and do a 360-degree sweep. And of course, like I did, to get close-ups of things, which will give the AI more information to give a better description. You want to, of course, open all the doors of cabinets and wall units. And you want to zoom in the back of electronics. You can also use your iPhone to just snap a picture of the serial number on the back, maybe without having to remove it. And of course, as you look at everything, you want to do a narration and state the brand and any information about an item, and especially when you bought it. So another thing that happened, so if we go back to the Finder, and no, we want to go back to Safari, sorry. So let me get back to Safari here. So another thing that it did, after it did the list, so it did the furniture and fixtures, and then it did the decor and collectibles. So it named each individual piece of the large ironwood carvings. Then it gathered the smaller ones, naming them here, and got the bicycle wine rack and a subtotal here. So then you have the living room subtotal and the grand subtotal. And then what it did was made some recommendations. So it said the Bravia is above $1,000, which might be above the normal limits of a basic home owner's policy. So that it recommends that you should do a scheduled personal property rider for anything that's over the $1,000 limit. It also recommended a fine arts rider for anything that's valued in a collection. So you have a fine arts value, so you get the market value instead of used furniture value. And then it said your video is excellent evidence for the Fisher turntable and the Yamaha receiver. And again, it recommended taking a photo of the serial numbers on the back of the units. So it was very helpful in thinking of things that maybe you wouldn't think of because you told it that it's a insurance claim specialist. So again, as we just covered, you want to get the things that are above and beyond a normal policy in a writer. So those are all the things we talked about. So another key point here is don't keep your list and your video in the house. If you get a fire or a flood, it might go away. So the cloud is king. So use iCloud, Google Drive, or Dropbox, or some other off-premise cloud storage to save this information. And put a notation in your calendar to do this again in a year, because things change, and if you have any major purchases before the year is up, you should probably document those right away, and make it a habit of saving the invoice for anything that's expensive, so you have good proof of the value. So hopefully that will give you the tools and the impetus excuse me, to do that home inventory. Hopefully you'll never need it, but if you do, you're going to have it. So put your questions in, and please do me a favor and share the GoFor Gazette with just one person that uses Apple devices so we can help more people. And give us a thumbs up so that YouTube will show this video to more people. And if you haven't already, just subscribe to the YouTube video so you'll be notified when we go live. Okay, so let's see what you have to say. And it's interesting that my green screen is blue now. So a little behind the scenes. So, hi, Chris. And Chris says, very interesting application of AI here. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do, and I will continue trying to do, is get useful applications for AI so you can take advantage of the technology. So Bob is here, and Doriana says, thank you, Roger, very helpful. Can you share the prompt? Yes, if anybody needs the prompt, just send me an email and I will give you the prompt. So that's a good question, Alice. I don't think so. I haven't seen anything that indicates that AI is sharing this with anything or anybody. So, so it's a good question to ask, but I think it's okay to share it with AI. And all the AIs have a setting where you can tell it not to remember something that you have told it. So you can preemptively say, don't remember this information I'm going to give you, or don't remember this information that I gave you. So there is that safety feature there that will help protect your privacy. So, as always, if you have any questions that you think of after we leave, you can always contact me by telephone or email, and that information is coming up next. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week at high noon for another Go for Lunch. Take care.